We'll never know because game number 1 is in the history books. The game number 2 is present and now. Keep in mind, guys, that these replays are about an hour or two old. These guys played earlier today, and just for stream integrity, want to make sure that these guys just send in their replays and we're able to cache them there. So this is very fresh.
Entomb Valley is the map of choice, and this is the perfect map in my opinion. Whenever you want to play against the Zerg, you choose Entomb Valley.
Perfect map.
Why? It's because that third base, you can't get that, man. There's so many different timings based on Zergs getting that third base. If you try to, then you'll die, just straight out die. And if you don't, you're behind in macro. So it's a win-win for Zerg or Terran or Protoss if you go up against any Zergs.
It's actually really difficult though. If you're playing this on ladder and you're in close positions to Zerg, you can pressure in 2 racks and all in. But if you're trying to play macro and go for a fast third command center, Zerg can punish you super easily because of proxy position. But fortunately for us, it's forced diagonal spawns. And interestingly enough, we're talking about early barracks pressure, Andre. We see that Miso, the blue Terran in the top right, is proxying his first barracks and already queuing up a second one. Going to go 11-11 barracks. This is going to be a very, very, very strong 2 racks timing.
And on this map, it's very strong because if you get a bunker in just this position, what you basically do is control the ramp. And once you control the ramp, even if Zergs make spine crawlers over here on the side, you're in a position where you can just easily go up the ramp. And it's like, okay, you make the spine crawler, go ahead, man. Nothing you have actually defends against mobile Marines that are walking up into your main and just trouncing every single unit. Oh, sort of actually sees this. Beautiful.
Yeah, he spots it, and he's able to pressure the SCV, although I think he should have been attacking the other one from the beginning.
Yes, I agree.
But of course, he didn't know how far along the barracks was. So at this point, sort of has all the information he wants. He knows his opponent is going for 2 very early barracks. But oh, look at that. The SCV barely gets away.
What a hero SCV. And now the Marine is not going to attack the drone.
No, the Marine has bigger fish in his sights. He wants his Overlord. No, he doesn't. He actually, because Miso doesn't know where his opponent is, so he's scouting, and he thought he was in the bottom right for a second. But he's just going to move out and spot in the bottom left.
Now, where does he actually go from here? Well, he needs to pull a lot of drones. Yep, that's actually correct. You might think this is actually an overcommitment, but when you know it's such a fast barracks push, you need to actually protect this area as well, because easily a bunker can go down over there and trap in any number of Marines. So it's very powerful in that fashion. 4 SCVs seems quite excessive, but it really makes sure that you're actually going to do so much damage. And look at this, wow.
Wow, using 3 Marines to kind of force off the bunker, but he gets to cancel. A huge win there for sort of because he's able to get the spine crawlers up now. Now he just has to deal with the rest of these SCVs because 2 SCVs can repair just as fast as a spine crawler can kill. Now 8 Zerglings are at it as well. Sort of going to try to pull all drones yet again and really try to force a cancel on the bunkers. 1 bunker will drop. Will the second one drop as well? No, sort of backs off immediately. This is getting very tense, Andre. Every unit matters.
Absolutely. He needs to get queens out. It's really weird that we haven't seen that just yet, but the spine crawler, it looks like it's about to finish.
The bunker just finishes as well.
Oh gosh, that's so unfortunate. And now he's actually committed to actually attack into this. The second spine crawler almost finished, and there it is. The bunker will go down.
Very, very nice play from Sortof. Gets us around, make sure there's no repair. 1 spine crawler drops, but it died for a noble cause.
But you know what? Income tab shows 12 to 14. That was the majority of his drones in that position. Is that really? He has 12 drones? That's actually really startling to me. This is not a good attack, though.
He's trying to fight position with the spine crawler.
There is no position on Entomb Valley. You can't get anything good. These Marines should just back up, mass up over here, probably to like 8 or 10, and just push over in this direction. And if you don't have queens or anything, you're in a really you're in a terrible, awful, horrible spot.
Oh, he keeps pushing that spine crawler forward, but he's taking so much damage, and now the spine crawler does finish. Oh, it was a very scary moment, but of course, sort of just barely doing this by the edge of his teeth. Of course, you do want the position to make sure Marines can't force up the ramp and completely circumvent the spine crawler and walk up the ramp, and all of a sudden you're in this awkward position. But again, one thing that's been pretty big is that sort of doesn't have the queens, just like you said. He can't get production up. He doesn't really have the flexibility to, to match the range of Marines as well.
Uh-oh. SCV a pull. It's going to be an all-in. Yeah. Miso just needs to lower this supply depot.
It's like, no, man, he really wants us to go across. He's like, no, man, go back to work.
Gosh, don't be so truant.
No, but the second Spine Crawler are going to be proved to be super clutch. Now, Sortof sees that there's no follow-up command center, and so that's just going to cue him to continue to pump units and drone very carefully. Third Spine Crawler goes up, and that could be the MVP play if given enough time.
I don't know, this is a little bit late. This Overlord wasn't able to get into position that early. Now he's checking just to make sure. He doesn't know. It could be a command center still on the high ground, and he's going to try to confirm that, but nope. Here the SCVs come, and everything needs to get pulled immediately. The Zerglings going for the Marines, but there are just so many Marines at this point.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Zerglings are just trying to pull, and the third Spine Crawler is not going to finish in time. Sortof may have not bought enough time for this third Spine Crawler to come up. And yeah, there's only 12 drones out in the field to cancel on the spines. Sortof has to wait for all of his Zerglings to hatch as well, but the Zerglings are going to get immediately surrounded by the Marines. And now Miso has officially cleaned up everything on the low ground. Sortof running on his last legs here. Going to pull all of his drones. But falls just a little bit short, and his supply now plummets to just a single digits. GG. And Miso wins game number 2 with a very well executed 11-11.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one base all-in is very powerful on that map. 2 base all-in is very powerful on the map. That's why Zergs generally do not want to go to Entomb Valley. It's just a very big death trap for them. So much early game aggression that can kill them, and we saw that here.
All right, well, we'll find out what happens when we come back. This is do or die time. Winner of this moves on to round of 4.
Yes, sir.
So we'll find out what happens after a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. The conclusion of the night and the series right after this.